Hi, my name is Emily and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Oxford. I'm part of the team putting together the core principles for credible removal. My team focuses on social considerations. So this is things like public perceptions of new innovations. Greenhouse gas removal techniques will interact with our society and with our communities in many ways. For example, as we scale up greenhouse gas removal techniques, they'll bring both benefits and challenges for people and society. Understanding and anticipating these sorts of impacts is crucial if we wish to develop greenhouse gas removal in an ethical and effective way. Members of the public can influence the trajectory of new technologies and innovations in many ways. For instance, people give a political mandate through voting and through supporting or opposing political decisions. They can also create markets through their buying power and can create innovations from the bottom up in communities. We also know from decades of research that looking at social considerations early on can actually help to improve the techniques themselves. For instance, local communities might have particular knowledge about their area, their local economy, or their local culture, which can then help researchers to develop appropriate projects in an appropriate way. Or members of the public can help us to understand social needs so we can develop better policies and governance. When given the time and resources to do so, members of the public can be excellent at identifying broader social and ethical issues. Basically, they're good at seeing the bigger picture and can help us to spot things we might have missed. In our assessment, we include 17 indicators. They all draw on research on social considerations from a variety of fields. We know that a great many aspects can influence public perceptions, so we needed to include all these indicators to capture all of these diverse fields of research. We've arranged the 17 indicators as a simple questionnaire. Each question is designed to enable innovators, scientists, and practitioners to spot areas in which a project might encounter social risks so that action can be taken. The 17 indicators fall under 4 broad topics, each coming from a particular body of research. We've got psychometric risk factors, which are attributes of techniques which are more likely to increase people's psychological risk perceptions. Secondly, we've got inflexibility indicators, which tell us how much a technique risks getting locked into undesirable futures. Thirdly, we've got responsibility, which is things to do with how a technique is carried out, such as how the benefits and costs are distributed and whether the procedures are fair and just. And finally, we've got social and cultural preferences, which reflects the fact that different people react to things in different ways. This last topic helps us to identify which types of project different people might prefer, depending on their underlying worldview. Now, one of the most important things that I really want to emphasize is that the answers to these questions need to be based on evidence. Different projects and techniques will encounter different social benefits and risks, and these usually vary from place to place. Therefore, although we can understand a bit from what has gone before, there's really no substitute for bespoke empirical research. We think that all projects should be engaging with people in order to be able to respond to the questions as accurately as possible using real-world evidence. Because one thing I've learned over all my years of research with members of the public is that people can always be surprising. Yes, we are asking members of the public for their opinions. So we've just finished running a large survey of people in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland to understand their perceptions of greenhouse gas removal techniques. We're also planning a series of focus groups in these 4 nations. We use a lot of what we call deliberative methods. This is getting small groups of people together to discuss topics in quite a lot of detail so that we can understand more about people's attitudes and perceptions. Similar approach is used in citizens' assemblies, like in the UK Climate Assembly in 2020. Last year, we also held a workshop with members of the public to help us to develop the core principles themselves. This workshop helped us to understand what matters to people when developing and upscaling greenhouse gas removal techniques, what principles our participants would like to see included, and how to get greenhouse gas removal right for the UK. Outside of this, we would love members of the public to engage with us on this. So you can help us to refine and improve the core principles, and you can get in touch using the form on the website. Thank you very much.